Good morning, Morning Musings by Melinda. How are you? Happy Monday, the first Monday of November. How was the Halloween night at your house? We got a lot of trick-or-treaters. I was being very aware of little hands being in a single bucket and individually put candy in little baggies, brown paper bags. And a little boy kind of came over and looked in that bag and saw the candy, dumped the candy into his bag, and then put the brown paper bag back on my table. It was really cute. Bill and I love to watch the trick-or-treaters. We sit outside with the table and enjoy ooh and ah over their costumes. And I think that it was a good night to just have some fun. It was a blue moon, and we are coming upon the election tomorrow. And thus my subject about being patient, because after tomorrow, no matter what happens, a lot of people have to exercise some patience. Are you a patient person by nature, or do you have to work at it? When I met Bill, I told him I had the patience of a gnat, and he told me that I was exaggerating. I have to work at patience. I actually have great patience for my kids. I have as adults, I don't think I was a very patient mother as they were growing up, actually. It was something that I really had to learn. There wasn't patience exercised in our household by my dad, and I identified with that and wasn't very patient when the kids were young and had to really work towards it. And so I have great patience with them as adults or with my grandchildren or with my clients, but I'm the first one that yells at the guy that pulled in front of me. I don't give a finger, but I just say, hey, stupid, dumb, blah, 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 blah. And yet, if that guy pulled in front of me and I saw him down the road with a flat tire, no one was around to help him, I'd be the first one to try to help. So it's interesting how patience works. So I have some benefits of patience, and I hope that you're going to work at your patience after tomorrow, because there's going to be some of us that are happy and some of us that are disappointed no matter what happens tomorrow. And I hope that we are going to try to be kind as well as patient, because I'll tell you, kindness seems to be a lost art, doesn't it? Like, where the heck are all the kind people? Or are we just seeing on social media the lack of kindness? And P.S., by the way, I've had a lot of people stalking the women on my social media recently and trying to catch that as soon as it happens and ban those people. And please don't allow yourself not to comment just because a few of those inappropriates say something. We try to catch them and get rid of them as soon as possible. So don't feel bad now when your kids were young that you said, hurry up, hurry up. Listen, we are all human, right? You know, and especially when we were working and the kids were young, it was like, hurry up, hurry up. Anyway, I got a phone call from my daughter Amanda one day, and she said, Mom, I'm so sorry. And I was like, what are you sorry about? And she said, I just couldn't get him out the door for school. And I remember you trying to get me out the door for school. Anyways, if patience is a virtue, what does that mean exactly? Is it a skill that everyone can improve on, or are we born with it? I think it's a skill, and I think we have to work at being patient. And people who are patient are perceived as more relaxed and friendly. They're better able to focus on goals. They can make better rational decisions. They're less prone to angry outbursts. They can learn some new things rather than giving up on a sense of being impatient and not wanting to see what to learn. And they have stronger mental health due to less stress. So here are ways to be patient. Practice it, such as complete a large jigsaw puzzle, or commit to cooking meals from scratch. Ban yourself from your phone for a while waiting for appointments. Do something that kind of makes you exercise that patience. Remember, when we're using our mental gym, we have to push ourselves just like we're in our physical gym, doing that last sit-up, doing that last weightlifting, doing that last whatever. We have to really use our mental gym also in a way in which we practice, okay? Focus on why you are impatient. Do you detest waiting in line? Are you impatient because You are always trying to pack 10 pounds of potatoes into a 5-pound bag. And why do you do that? Why do you put yourself under pressure? Do you need that adrenaline, that fight or flight energy to drop into your brain? Are you addicted to that? Okay, that kind of stuff. Remind yourself that being impatient is simply being uncomfortable. And certainly there are times when we are forced to be patient. Have you ever recovered from surgery? Like you're forced to be patient because you have to take that one step at a time. Just remember that patience just means you're uncomfortable for a minute. So distract yourself a little bit. Sometimes you have to listen to something if you're in a long line in traffic. Maybe try to relax and enjoy some music, something along those lines. Know what triggers your impatience. Like I mentioned that my dad was impatient, that I watched that as a child. Know what your triggers are. What happened to you when you were a child? Is that part of whether you're patient or you're not patient? You know, my husband had a tough childhood, but learning patience was actually a coping mechanism for him. So he's actually patient. He went the opposite direction of what a lot of people do. He actually learned patience. Practice empathy. For example, if you're stuck behind somebody elderly, in the store, have some empathy. You're going to be old someday. Trust me. Practice meditation, mindfulness. I talk to you about that all the time. And then, in today's world, they have patience building apps. They do indeed. They have Headspace, which is a personal meditation guide. They have Smiling Mind, which is a mindfulness app that lets you track your mood. I think we're going to do everything electronically here soon. Personal Zen, which is a science-based app created to reduce stress and anxiety. Calm, which helps you to build patience. And Happify, which is an app to build resilience and improve mental health. Note down your own impatience. Remember, journaling is great. Remember how the kids used to have a swear jar for us? Retrain or teach those who make you impatient. Well, it's impossible for me to hurry Bill. You know what? Elliot calls him Papa Sloth. He's so slow. I don't think I can retrain him. I have to retrain myself to be patient about that. Give yourself a break. Accept what you cannot change. Focus on the big picture. Remember your goals. These things are very common sense kind of things. Sometimes you just have to allow yourself to be a little bit impatient. I think sometimes when I'm being impatient in the car, I'm just blowing off steam from a long, hard day dealing with people that may be stressed or upset or in great grief or loss. So, recognize what it is and let it be what it is, as long as it's not part of your vibrational frequency in such a manner that you're negative all the time and people want to stay away from you because you've always got smoke coming out of your ears because you're so damn impatient. So I hope we are not going to be impatient tomorrow. And if you have not cast your vote, please get out tomorrow and make sure that you are casting your vote. That is the only way that things are going to be changing in one fashion or another, is if we cast our vote. So make sure that you're doing that, and you all have a great day. We'll talk tomorrow.